Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to make this rainbow 3D text that you see on the screen right now. We'll go ahead and start out on the edit page. Go to the media pool, right click as usual. New Fusion comp. You can name it if you'd like, but you don't have to. And go ahead and leave it on 5 seconds. And go to Fusion. I have to use this on-screen keyboard because I'm paralyzed. I can't use my hands and arms. That's why it's up there. Start out with a 3D text. Get a merge, camera, and a render. Select a merge, shift space, and directional light. We'll go to one viewer for a minute. Put the text you're liking in. And select the camera node. Go to transform. Select use target. And on translation, Z-axis, move to the right, and your text will start to show. We are going to have to come back to this to resize the text. So just set something like that tentatively. Go back to the text node. And if you notice your text is probably not center, select the center V anchor and then line it up. Back to dual viewers. Get a text plus node. Put that in the viewer 1. Put the same text in. It doesn't have to have the same font. It just has to have the same word in there as you have in viewer 2. And the size don't matter. Just make it bigger. Doesn't make it easier to work with. I'm going to go back to the 3D text, set my font and everything. I'm going to go with Pico. And go back to the text plus node. Right click in the text box. Character level styling. Now go to the 3D text. We're going to connect them two together because 3D text character level styling does not work. It shows it in there, but it don't work. Now right click in the 3D text box. Connect to character level styling 1, style text. Go to modifier. Go back to the text plus. Highlight the first character. And then you'll see options showed up here. We're just going to change the color in all of them. And then just highlight the next one. You'll see green around it. Okay, we got that part done. Put the merge in viewer 1. Select the 3D text. We're done with this one. Shift space and bender. And shift space and transform 3D. Let's go back to the text node. Go to the excursion. Excursion subdivisions all the way up. And smoothing angle all the way up. We are going to make a macro at the end of this. On the bevel depth, right click. Expression. Grab the plus sign, Take the pick whip over to the bevel whip and let go. We may or may not add some bevel to this. Depends on the text. And set the excursion depth to 10.0. Now go back to the camera node. Into the Z-axis, we'll move the camera back farther. Go to the bender. On the axis, select the Z. Select group objects. I'm going to set mine a little smaller. Okay, that's good for the bender for now. Go to the render. Change from software to hardware. Enable lighting and shadows. Go to the directional light. Go to transform. Select use target. And you can see in viewer 1, the light is right here. We're going to move it back about where the camera is. Let's move the target toward the front of the text as well. Go to pivot. Set the Z to 5.0. And rotation Y, go 90. Go back to the bender. Take the center all the way to the left. And set the amount to minus 0.25. I'll go to one viewer for a minute. Select the transform. My text is still kind of large. I'll go back to the camera. That looks fairly centered. Back to dual viewers. Put the playhead at frame 0. And select the bender. I am on a 30 FPS. I may have to adjust accordingly. Select the little dot. Set a keyframe. Advance 40 frames. And take that back to minus 0.25. Now go to the text. Take the playhead back to frame 0. Get the excursion all the way down. Set a keyframe. And we're going to set the excursion depth back to 10. With the text node selected, go to shading, under materials, turn the specular down about half. That way the text won't have such a sheen to it. Turn the exponent all the way up, or set it to your liking. Move the transform down, select the bender node, shift space, and add another bender. This one on the axis, select the X. Take the playhead back to frame 0. Set it somewhere around minus 0.4. Set a keyframe. Advance back to frame 40. And set that back to 0. And select group objects. Okay, now we're going to have it leaving the scene too, so we're going to advance 10 frames. We're going to put a keyframe stretcher in here, so you can stretch it for however long you want on the timeline, and it'll come in at the beginning and go out at the end. So I'm on frame 50. Set a keyframe on the amount of the second bender, then go to the first bender, set a keyframe on that amount, go to the text node, select the text tab, and set a keyframe on the excursion depth. And I'm going to advance 40 more frames to 90. Then take the excursion depth all the way down, go to the first bender, set it back to 0, and a second bender, somewhere around minus 0.4. Forgot the number there for a minute. I'll give it a play. Okay, now we'll add the keyframe stretcher. Select the render node, shift space, and keyframe stretcher. Now remember, we want to stretch it between frame 40 and frame 50. That's where the stretching will be. So with the keyframe stretcher selected, on the stretch start, put in 40, stretch end 50. Advance your playhead so your text is starting to leave the screen. And on the source end, we have to rotate that to the left several times. Advance it again. You want to do it and keep doing it until you get your text to leave with about 10 to 15 frames left. We'll see how it looks before we make the macro. Make sure it holds to the end. Okay. Click the fusion and we'll make the macro. Highlight all them. Do not include the media out or that text plus. Right click on any one of the other nodes. Go to macro. Create macro. Give it a name. And follow along. On the transform, change scale, the size. And we'll select the Y, so if you want to move it up or down. Directional light, put light in front of intensity. Select the bevel width. And the text to the specular, intensity, and exponent. Go to File, Save as Group. It takes you to Macros. Go to Fusion instead. Templates. Edit. Titles. Here is where you're going to want to make your folder, put your preset in. And again, make sure it's a little bit different or Resolve won't recognize it if it's identical. Save it, goes to macro, and we'll go look for it. If you can't find it, you may have to restart Resolve. I have to restart. Okay, I'm back. Here it is. Stretch it out. Hit hold and go back at the end. You click on it. You do have some controls up here, lighting, etc. Well, there you go. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.